Hey YouTube! I know it's been a while, but I just watched Baring's great new vid on his message to Australian feminists, and there's just a couple things that I thought maybe we should clarify. Just a little bit. This, as I'm sure you all know, is professional fearmonger Clementine Ford. Now, in her TEDx talk, she states that every time she does one of these things, that she looks at the audience and thinks, what 1/3 of these women's experienced violence? And you said she pulled it straight out of her ass, which is pretty much true, because what she actually pulled it from is the ABS Personal Safety Study from 2012. And this document has a lot of breakdowns based on men and women and if they experienced violence or sexual assault in the last 12 months versus or comparatively to their lifetime. And the results from this are rather telling. Now, if you read along with me here, in 2012 it was estimated that 49% of all men aged 18 years and over and 41% of all women aged 18 years and over had experienced violence since the age of 15. So, men have experienced more violence than women, is what this stat says. Now, if we read further, it says, both men and women were more likely to have experienced physical violence than sexual violence. No shit. The stats say that 48% of men had experienced physical violence and 34% of women had experienced physical violence. This is where Clementine gets her stats from. This number is where she gets the 1 in 3 women stat from. Even though these stats actually say that 1 in 2, half of all men, will have experienced violence as opposed to 1 in 3 women. And yet we're still concerned about women being the subject of violence in our country. What the fuck? If a 1 in 3 stat is enough to warrant several $1 million worth of campaigns to try and end that violence, where is the money to try and stop violence against men? Why are we not spending as much or more on stopping violence against men? Is it because we don't care? I'm pretty sure it's because we don't care. We don't care about men. Men can look after themselves. Women need protection. So, in conclusion, I'd like to thank Baring for getting me onto these ABS stats. I hadn't found it before now, and without his video and figuring out where the fuck she got that 1 in 3 stat from, I never would have realized that 1 in every 2 men will suffer violence as opposed to 1 in every 3 women. And I guess my response to Baring is, she didn't pull them out of her ass, she pulled those stats out of the ABS's ass. And I'm pretty sure that's worse, since they're supposed to be an impartial government organisation. So, I would have preferred she just pull them out of her ass, but the fact that she's pulled them out of a government-funded organisation whose job it is to collate stats, yeah, kind of makes it worse. So yeah, thanks for that. I'll be around. I'm probably going to make another video about all the other problems with this study, because there were many. And I'll probably do that tomorrow maybe sometime, if I get time. But yeah, thanks for that, Baring. Thanks for everyone who watched this far. Comment or subscribe or like. I love comments. I'm a frequent commenter. Oh, and Baring and anyone else out there who makes YouTube videos, if you need someone to pull apart some stats for you, I'm your gal. I love numbers and figures. I hate fighting arguments based purely on emotion and opinion. Love me a good stat. So hit me up if you ever need someone to figure out what the fuck is wrong with the stats you're looking at. Because there are lots of shitty stats out there. Anyway, bye!